you're welcome. So, allegations on the streets are that popular dancehall artist Skillibeng was recently, assaulted while performing in the United States at an event in Connecticut. And I watched the video footage for myself, and I didn't see any altercation. But persons on the streets, are casually saying, word of mouth, are casually saying that he was assaulted by the promoters because his performance was lackluster. They didn't get what they paid for. When I read the article online, it didn't say who the promoter was or whatever, and that any lawsuits were filed or any charges were made or any reports were made to the police. So I can't confirm or deny that this happened for real, but what I can say is that the performance definitely wasn't all that, but like the new generation of dancehall artists, they are not really into like performing like the older generation, the Bounty, Beanie, Elephant Man, and that crop of artists. This generation is more about swagging, They have more taken a more hip hop type of approach to performing, where the instrumental gets played, and the verses may be involved, and then you just mime the lyrics over the words of the recording, as in opposition to like performing, solely using the vocals in the organic way over an instrumental, and this appears to be what Skillibeng was doing. He was more interested in walking from side to side and pulling up his pants than, delivering verbal onslaught on the microphone and sweating profusely to please his fans, which is what maybe an old school promoter would be accustomed to, but I don't see where the audience seemed as if they were bothered, because of course the new generation of audience, they have also begun to accept that level of mediocrity, so it's not like they are complaining that, oh, we want better performances from our artists, because they are now used to what they have been given, and they don't really have much expectations from these artists, So while the performance was lackluster, to say the least, I don't think that like there's a wide variety of artists to choose from to give you strong performances anyway in the music industry. So I don't think it would be in the right of any promoter to really inflict wounds on an artist in this era for giving a poor performance. Maybe back then when you were going up against people like Bounty, a Beanie, a Elephant Man, a Capleton, those persons that are known to be very animated, a Frisco Kid, then if someone should go in the mix and then perform extremely poor, you could, boo him or clap him off the stage, or maybe smack him up a bit backstage, but now when the entire crop is so poor, there's no need to do that, because who are you going to put from this generation up there as being a better performer than Skillibeng? Who really, it's just like you're picking from a crop of the worst, someone has to be on top. If you have a basket of fruits that are spoiled or rotten, and you have to eat one, you're going to skim through all of the spoiled fruits and you're going to pick the one with the less blemishes. And that is how the music industry is right now. You just have to pick the best of the worst, and that's the situation. So if you're going to beat one, it's best to beat all. And if you're not going to beat all, then just leave these guys alone. Allow them to do what they're doing, Maybe that is where the music is going. And so we just have to be prepared for the ride, and get along with it, Music changes over time, Performances changes, What Michael Jackson used to do or used to be required to do, or what the Temptations were required to do back in the day, That is not required right now. You remember all the Temptations, they used to be dressed to the T, 3-piece suit, People are not doing that. R&B artists these days, they go on the stage with their pants below their waist, body full with tattoos, and they sing and they go home, you know what I mean? So time is changing, and maybe this is another shift in the paradigm right now, and not so much to look into like, oh, we're beating artists for giving poor performances, because I mean, who is doing otherwise? You know what I mean? Which artist is doing otherwise? So let's see how this develops. Let's see if there is any truth to it. You know what I mean? If there is any confirmation, I will do another video about it. I'm out.